What's going on, Nick's Anonymous family? Welcome back to another, I'm gonna say, glorious episode of
Nick's Anonymous, episode 111.
Episode 111. No live today. We played the Raptors. We came at you with a video because we missed the Celtics game. I happened to be asleep. I had worked. I started work at 4 in the morning that day of the Celtics game. Came home at like 1. Did not wake up till 10 o'clock. So I watched the highlights. So that's why we didn't record. I apologize. Life is life.
Yeah, we all have jobs. Or at least I assume we all have jobs.
Most of us. Or if not jobs, some form of responsibility. So yes, I had to attend to my responsibilities, which I didn't have to, but society. So from then to now, Knicks are 1-1. Knicks lost to the Celtics, beat the Raptors. I do have. Not
to mention we lost the play-in tournament. Not that I really cared.
Did we cover the play-in tournament?
Not really. I mean, we had a live afterwards, but I really didn't care for the play-in tournament personally. You know how I felt about it. Participation trophy.
Yeah, I get it, but
that's just my opinion. A lot of people seem to like it. It seemed to get a lot of ratings, so I won't knock anybody who did like it, but them raising a banner for the play-in tournament, come on, fam. Like, y'all crossing the line a little something.
I mean, $500,000 is a lot of money. I would be hyped. I'd be hyped too.
Just give them the money. They don't need no banner.
I'd be hyped. But okay, so before we even get started, because we're hyped, ready to go. Shout out to the Nick's Anonymous family as always. Stevie, tell the kind people where they can find us on social media.
Follow us on Instagram at Nick's Anonymous. Follow us on Twitter at Nick's Anonymous, spelled with a Z instead of an S. Follow us on TikTok as well at Nick's Anonymous. Go to our website, nicksanonymous.com. And you can find us on platforms such as Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, and Breaker.
Thank you, sir. And if that was not enough for you on this beautiful template on YouTube, look down below. You see all the social media scrolling by. And if that is not enough for you, go down to the description and all your links will be there. I do recommend following us on Instagram and Twitter specifically. And subscribe on YouTube, because what we do is we go live as much as we can after every game, and we give our live takes at the time. It's more for you guys than it is for us, honestly, because we just like to hear everybody's take. You know, we use the YouTube as more of a statistic thing, and we use the Instagram live more as a emotional and just ranting thing. You know, we like to keep it professional here as much as possible. We opened a live for you guys to go spew your nonsense and facts and all that stuff. Shout out to everybody who does join us on the live. We got a nice little family. Shout out to the regulars. And Twitter, Stevie be on a roll on Twitter. I don't really touch Twitter like that, but Stevie be on there. I be seeing my.
And that's mostly me, for those who's wondering.
Yeah, I be seeing my phone blow up sometimes on Twitter. I be like, Stevie's at it again. Stevie's poking the hornet's nest.
Well, I get a lot of positive feedback though from Twitter, so shout out to all the guys who give me, and girls who give me, positive feedback.
That's a fact. So yeah, those are definitely, and then subscribe to YouTube for the episodes. Usually we post every Monday. This one is the exception because we missed one. But anyway, so into the episode. So to briefly, I guess, because I kind of have a problem. First I'll start with you, because my problem kind of correlates with like all three games. You know, even though we're gonna talk about just two. You could talk about the Bucks game if you want to, Stevie. But
as I said, play-in tournament, we lost. We'll see the Bucks Christmas. Matter of fact, we see them back to back. I think we see them the 23rd and the 25th.
Yeah,
we gonna see them twice.
That's crazy. So far we see them like 4 times already. Including those two.
So
including those two.
Yeah, it's gonna be 4 times.
That's
before
crazy. The
year's up.
That's good. It's a good test. You know what I mean? It's a good staple to go against. So okay, so
one, bro. We're taking at least one from them.
I hope so, bro, because I
hope it's on Christmas.
It better be on Christmas. I'll be in Florida. Actually, no. I'll be in New York. But okay, so whichever game you want to start with, Stevie. What were your positive takes and negative takes? So I guess we'll start with the Celtics. We'll go in order. What were your positive takes and what were your negative takes on the Celtics game?
I can't really remember a lot of positives off the top of my head because the game was a couple of days ago, but I can definitely tell you the negatives, bro. Like the third quarter curse struck again because for some reason the Celtics just took control in third. Because in the first half, it was pretty much a dogfight, going at it. They took control in the third, and here's what pissed me off about that.
So it actually seems like
we could have won, bro. We could have won that game. They tried so hard. I don't know if y'all remember. This much I remember. Again, it's a little fuzzy to me because it was a few days ago, but this much I remember. They tried so hard to give the Knicks that game.
I think you tweeted that, right? Or you posted it.
Yes, I posted that. They tried so hard to give us that win, bro. What killed us was that I think 3 or 3.5 minute stretch in the fourth where we didn't score because the defensive momentum was there. They were missing shots. We just didn't capitalize. So I guess the negative that I get from all this is we're still not beating the good teams.
Yeah. So it seems like we lost it in the second quarter because they outscored us 41-33, and it kind of just bled into the third quarter.
Yeah, you could say that. That's a fair point.
For my so that was your positive negative for the Celtics. Also we let I think we actually, let me see. Let's go to Tatum's. I think Tatum kind of had a quiet game. Oh no, he had 25. It was Derek White who we let go off. He had 30 points.
Oh God, bro!
Six for 10. We still have no answer for Kristaps. Did Mitchell Robinson get hurt this game?
I assume so.
Because he finished the game, right?
Nah, I remember they took him out. I didn't know it was for injury until the end of the game, not for nothing. Okay. I actually didn't know that. And I didn't know it was that serious because before they made the surgery announcement, I got a score blast. I got Bleacher Report and I got score, and I get blast from both of them. Both of them just gave me the blast that, he got an ankle injury, he's gonna be out today. And then I think maybe
the surgery was wild. That was out of nowhere. That was left field.
Yeah, that came like an hour or two later. That's what I was like, that took a turn for the worst.
A serious worst. And I wonder if it's the same ankle he hurt 2 years ago.
Well, they said he's only going to be out. They said 4 to 8 weeks.
It said 8 to 10. Actually.
8 to 10. Excuse me. You're right. Yeah, my fault. 8 to 10. Well, I said 4 to 8. I guess that's just me being optimistic.
Wait, you got the 8 part, right? You got the 8 part.
I guess that's just me being optimistic. But 8 to 10 weeks. That's about 2 months. So it's not that serious. Serious because he's a big loss. Don't get it twisted. No disrespect to iHeart and Jericho Sims. They did do good today, holding down the fort. And I think they'll do good going forward. But either way, Mitch is still a big loss. Those two, even together, are not the defender Mitch is. They're good. Don't get it twisted. They'll make plays, but they're not Mitch.
It's true. Okay, so Mitch out today playing the Toronto. So we lost the Celtics game 123-133. We got smacked by 10. So I'm gonna save my takes for last because they kind of all correlate into the same thing. My prom goes through the whole same thing. So for the Raptors game, what were your positives? Because this is, we won. I still think there were a little bit more negatives than positives in this game.
Really?
Actually,
I have one negative, and I guess I'll let you bring that up. So I'll stick to the positives since I didn't have none for the Celtics.
Go ahead.
Julius Randle, first of all.
Bro,
your man was so aggressive this game.
He's playing with super authority, dude. I think even the Celtics game, he's still, 20 points, although he did have a negative 18, which was probably, his defense.
Mostly, I think it's because of the turnovers mostly.
How many 6 turnovers? Damn, bro.
That's what I'm saying, see? Exactly. As far as the Raptors, Julius Randle was a positive. What I loved about him today is that he knows that nobody on the Raptors could stop him, so he kept going at them. And I think he's starting to learn when people can't stop him, because you notice he's a little more aggressive against certain teams than others.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why. The Raptors did not double him. That's a mistake.
That too.
Because if you think about the Celtics and the Bucks, they doubled him, and mostly every other team double him constantly. The Raptors, for whatever reason, chose not to double. And Julius Randle is telling you, if you don't double me, you are going to pay the price.
Facts. And he made them pay today, not for nothing. He was great. Another positive, Quentin Grimes bouncing back. Yes. He's bouncing back. He even had a good game against the Celtics.
That was the first game the the Celtics game was the first game that Dante that started.
Yeah.
I do like that because that means Tibbs is thinking. You know, he's not just letting things go under radar. You know, because for the longest we always talked about, you know, if this was Randall, the criticism, and, you know, not to say Grimes deserves any of it, but I do think the production Grimes was giving as a starter was
unacceptable.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I'll call it
like,
that. There's no nice way to say it.
Like,
It was unacceptable.
it shouldn't have flown under the radar for as long as it did. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we were the first ones to bring it up. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you, because it wasn't brought up till I said anything. Because as soon as we said something, Knicks Fan TV made a post about it. It started, you know, we started catching the trend early. You know, which I kind of, because remember I called you one night. I'm like, yo, bro, is no one gonna talk about these donuts Grimes is dropping?
And then like 2 days later, yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's great that he's bouncing back, bro. Again, 2 games in a row, including the win today. And I'll say what I said before we started recording, bro. You said he should stay on the bench. I guess I won't say, because I'll put it to you this way. I agree he should stay on the bench, but if he earns his way back into the starting lineup, why not? However, maybe it's possible Quentin Grimes is just one of those guys that's just better off the bench, and maybe he should just stay there because he looked pretty good.
Bro, he looked
driving to the basket.
Yeah, exactly, bro. He looked brand new.
You know what I mean?
He looked completely brand new.
Yeah, and as far as DiVincenzo goes, I'll say he's a positive and a negative, because today he only had 3 points against the Raptors, but at the same time, what's separating him from Grimes being in the starting lineup is that DiVincenzo's actually doing more aside from scoring. Because when Grimes was ineffective, he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't getting rebounds, he wasn't getting assists, he wasn't shooting free throws. Man, DiVincenzo only scored 3 points today, but he also contributed, was it 5 rebounds and 4 assists, or was it the other way around? 4 rebounds, 5 assists.
Yeah, 4 rebounds, 5 assists.
Exactly, bro. Like, that's why everybody was down on Grimes, because he wasn't doing anything. DiVincenzo, on the other hand, cutting, rebounding, passing, you know what I mean, getting hockey assists, you know what I mean, starting fast breaks.
And same with the Boston game, because I remember a lot the Grimes hive was tearing Dante DiVincenzo a new one for only scoring 6 points. But what they were failing to realize was the other production he was giving. You know, when Grimes was, you know, Grimes' defense, I get it. His defense is defense. For some reason, the Grimes hive, I respect y'all. I love the love you have for Grimes. They take that defensive argument to the next level. It's crazy. And
you know what's weird about the Grimes hive, though? They're not as toxic as other hives.
No, and I can respect that. But, you know, at a certain point, you got to be realistic. You know,
yeah, I agree.
I get it. You know, his defense is good, but at the same time, like Stevie just said, he's dropping donuts across the board and maybe 1 rebound. So what Dante's giving you, he's giving you the opposite. He may give you, you know, 6. You know, his shots may go down because obviously he has 3 ball dominant players with him. He's gonna open up the floor for those ball dominant players. You know what I mean? That hence the 4 or 5 assists. And I think he might average that as a starter. And he might deadass go down in points, but go up in assists and rebounds. Just being on that production side of things, which is fine. You know, if you know, I got nothing wrong with, you know, I would like scoring, because I've always stand on business on the fact that we need buckets. I get that. But if you're gonna give us buckets in terms of opening up buckets for everybody else, that's fine.
Making passes.
Making passes, because if you want to think about it, an assist is like an RBI. You're practically scoring, you know. So if DiVincenzo got 4 assists, that's 8 points.
Unless they're all threes, and then at best it's 12.
12. So
at
you know,
best, you know what I mean.
So just because he does not scoring doesn't mean he's not necessarily scoring. So yeah, great takes. I would like to rebuttal my statement from the beginning. I said I had negatives. I think I just have 1 main negative. And
it's probably the same as mine. Let's go.
Yeah,
I already probably know what it is.
It correlates through all 3 games. And I'm gonna read off the final score for each game just to give y'all an example where I'm going with this. So the first game, Milwaukee, 146 to 122. The Boston game, 133 to 123.
I see where you're going with this.
The Raptors, 130 to 133.
Are you trying to say our defense is a problem, LJ?
Yes. Our defense is not the staple anymore, and it should be. Whatever happened to, you're coming to the Garden, you're not scoring over 95. But the last couple of games, they've been over 95.
They've been over 100.
Dude.
Over 110.
So look at from last Friday, from the first, 119 to 106, then the 122 to 146, the 123 to 133, 136 to 130. Our main staple is slipping from us, and I think that's the main reason why we're not, winning these games against better teams. I don't think it's necessarily the skill set, because our offense is fine. Because let's go to the Boston game. We shot 50% from the field, 40% from three. The Bucks game, we struggled from three, not for nothing. We shot 30% from three, and we shot 49% from the field. Still good field percentage. The Raptors, tonight, we shot 60% from the field and 58% from three. So the offense is not the issue at all. It's actually very highly productive, more than usual. It's
only issue we have on offense is ball movement. We got to get our assists up because we're always in the bottom of the league in assists. We got to stop. We got to, specifically Randle and Brunson, we got to cut down the ISO ball. I understand y'all the guys. And we're going to get ISO ball most of the time. I can accept that.
Dude, and the turnovers. Brunson had 7 turnovers today.
I can accept it. What's going to happen? Brunson's going to have a few of those games. I can accept that. You got to cut down the ISOs, bro. If you cut down the ISOs, you cut down the turnovers. Because you're going to make your plays. We all know that. You're not going to make them all the time.
But it's crazy because he had 9 assists today, which it doesn't seem like it. It's crazy. He had 9 assists today. He had 4 assists against the Celtics. And he had 6 assists against the Bucks.
I need him to average 6 assists for the season. I need that from Brunson.
What's he averaging right now? He's averaging... Let's see. He's averaging... As of right now, he's averaging 6 assists.
Oh, is he? Doesn't seem like it, but okay.
Yes.
Cool. Then I got what I'm asking for. Keep it up for the whole season.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. He's averaging 5.5. So almost 6.
Close enough. Okay, I can accept that.
But I think it's the efficiency conversation that we're getting into, because I think the assists he's getting are the bailout turnovers. I mean the bailout assists. It's not so much the efficient assists, if that makes sense. Because same with scoring. Like there's people that people think Randle is. People think Randle is a 40-point bucket for no reason. So, and that's not. I'm not saying it's correlation, because it's not. He will have games where, like, I think it was the. What was it? It was the Bucks game. He had 41 points. He had one of the most historic shooting games. He went 100% in the first half of the game. But yeah, we still lost by 24. So I get it. It's the efficiency thing. But my main problem with all 3 of those games is the defense. We need to get back.
Perimeter defense.
Yeah, perimeter defense. So
bro, listen to this. Check this out. Here's something you left out from those games. I'm gonna read. These are terrible numbers, bro. 60% Bucks from 3. Celtics 40%. And even in the win, Raptors 35. Okay, did a little better, but still.
But mind you, the Raptors are the worst 3-point shooting team in the league, and we let them shoot almost 36%.
That's true. And they was knocking them down at one point. I was kind of concerned. I was like, yo, bro, this kind of feels like one of the
we won by 3 points. We almost lost to a team that we're supposed to win. You know what I mean? Because I remember I made the video yesterday. And I thought it was I think everybody should go watch that video I made. It was spot on, in my opinion. That's like one of the best videos I've made in a while. And To sum
I
it up,
agree, actually.
to sum it up, pretty much, it was just saying that the Knicks are just a little bit above average right now, and because RJ made that statement, which, well, so you know what? Hold on, we'll save it because we're gonna talk about that. So we'll save it. My main problem is the defense. Our game is we need to stop, because we were never really an offensive drug in our team, but the fact that we slowly, I'm not saying we are, we don't have elite scorers, we have scorers. Jalen Brunson's actually becoming, we have, I could say, you know what? No, I can't say elite, because elite is like the Kevin Durant's. We don't have anybody like that. So I can say we have scorers, because RJ Barrett, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, they're in their own right. They're doing what they need to do.
Right.
If we could get the defense, if we could stop these teams, because what happens is we trade blows. We go basket for basket. When we get to the West and when we get to the second round of the playoffs and to these elite teams where they have these tailored guys for scoring specifically, like the Jason Tatums, the Jimmy Buckets, the Tyrese Maxeys, the
Joel Embiid.
The Joel Embiid. You know what I mean? When you play guys like that, you can't trade buckets because they're more efficient than most of the guys we have on our team. Respectfully, they're the guys I just named are all debatably either all-stars or, six-man. In Tyrese Maxey. Or Tyrese Maxey, he's not a six-man no more. He's a starter, right? So,
Absolutely.
he's debatably an all-star this year. All those guys I just named are all-star caliber guards or players that can score on an elite level. You can't go blow for blow with those guys because us as a scoring team, we know we deal with consistency. That's where our defense comes in. That's what separates us from a lot of teams is our defense. You come into the Garden or we come into your crib and we're holding you under 90 points, 95 points. You like to score, you like to run, you like to do this, but we're going to stop that. We're going to make sure you don't get that. And, in the last 4 or 5 games, we've been letting it, bro. We've been letting our offense talk, and bro, we're not going to win that matchup, dude. We're going to win game because we won this game because it's the Raptors. This is a game we're supposed to win. That's why we got bailed out like that. I'm going to call this a bailout because our defense wasn't good at all this game. We constantly let them get back. Because if we think about it, if we let the team like the Bucks go on a run the way the Raptors did, it probably wouldn't have stopped. It would have just kept going. It would have kept piling up. We would have kept trying to shoot our way out of things, and it would have got uglier and uglier. So I get it. We won this game. I love that. But I consider this a bailout, in my opinion. Our defense was not up to par. If this was any other team better than the Raptors, we probably would have lost this game today.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
So I think the Knicks need to get back on their defense. They need to tighten up the screws. Dude, Jalen Brunson's moving around like a tic-tac out there, dude. He's running around like a chicken with his head cut off on defense. It's really annoying to watch. I get he's a liability on defense, but they got to figure something out with him. He has a lot of lapses that a lot of people don't talk about it, but he has kind of the same lapses Randle has on defense. Like today, I've seen him let Scottie Barnes shoot a couple of threes wide open. Just let him have it. Like he looked at him and went for the rebound instead. What are you doing going for the rebound? 6 feet tall. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Jalen Brunson has his lapses. Do not sleep on Jalen Brunson and his defense.
Nah, he's not I wouldn't say he's a terrible defender, but defense isn't his forte.
It's not.
I'll say that.
But
he's pretty good at drawing the charges. He actually is he's the league leader amongst guards in drawing charges.
True.
So he's good for something on defense, but
you said it yourself. You said it yourself, bro. Our biggest problem is what?
Perimeter defense.
And who's on the perimeter?
I'm not saying he's terrible. I'm just saying it's not his forte.
Yeah. But
he can make plays because again, he draws the charges. He has that going for him. Aside from that, he's not that good. That's just a fact.
Yeah, and respectfully, I could say his offense can make up for it, but at the same time, dude, like I just said, when you get to the second round, the ECF championship, you're gonna play against elite level scorers. Our staple is defense. We are not gonna win games against good teams when we let teams like the Raptors come to the Garden and drop 130 points. That's unacceptable, bro. There's no way the Raptors should have came in here and gave us 130. No, there's no shot. No shot. I can't let that slide. Again, we won. Whoop-de-doo. But, bro, it gets deeper, bro. Because we won because of who the team is. The Raptors are struggling. They're a struggling team. The fact that we let a struggling team come in here and drop 130 points. You know, bro, imagine it was the Magic, bro. Oh, dude, I don't even want to think about it, bro. We can't let this go. We gotta tighten up the screws on the defense. So that's my take on all three of those games. The offense I got no problem with. I like the fact Julius Randle is going to the basket. He's doing the pump fakes straight to the rim. He's doing what we wanted him to do. He's doing that nice little free throw jump shot, the nice little fadeaway he does. It's beautiful. Jalen Brunson, he's becoming a three-point shooter. Who would have thought? You know, when he came in, he wasn't really a three-ball shooter. He's becoming a three-ball shooter. RJ Barrett opening up his forte. He has a jump shot. He has more confidence in the three ball. This new switch up with Dante. It's good for the production on the outside of scoring. He gives you the assists. He gives you the rebounds. Quentin Grimes off the bench. He looks very comfortable with that second unit. He gets the touches he wants. He gets the buckets he needs. Mitchell Robinson was doing fantastic. Unfortunately, injury. You know, that was one of the main factors as to why we actually wanted to trade him 2 years ago, was because we didn't believe he could stay healthy. So hopefully this surgery doesn't. You know, he posted on his Instagram. You know, if he said he felt like he takes 10 steps forward, 20 steps backwards, and he's gonna do everything he can to get back into shape and, you know, back.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be alright too. What else? Josh Hart playing like an absolute I like to call Josh Hart the Tasmanian Devil. He puts his head down. He's the bull. You know, he puts his head down. He goes to the rack. He's the Anthony Mason, as you would. He's the get dirty player. You feel me? Or the spree.
I would say more like John Starks.
John Starks. Okay, he's the get dirty.
I would say more like John Starks.
He gets dirty. He's the dirty. He gets down in dumps and he does what needs to be done. Who else? Hartenstein playing some of his best basketball as a Knick. His production just definitely went up since last year. I can tell you that much. I do like his role on the high pick and roll.
Bro, he did a few highlight passes these past few games, bro.
Yes.
I'm sure. I don't watch ESPN no more, but I'm sure those passes made the highlights. I damn sure know, bro. Because there's a few passes I was like, ooh, that was pretty sweet.
Okay. One person I want to get into, not like immensely, but just a little bit. Emmanuel Quickley, averaging 15 points.
Who's hurt at the moment?
Averaging 15 points.
Where we go with this?
So it's his contract year, right? He took a bet on himself. When you look at his overview, let's see, 15 points. I don't know. The way he was making it seem, I'm gonna need more than 15 points a game. Because as of right now, he's not even in the talk about sixth man of the year. I know it's early, but if he doesn't get back into that conversation for sixth man of the year, was this truly a W as a season? Because think about it. For Quickley, yes. In terms of production,
I don't see why not. That would only depend on if his production is a negative for us. So I don't think him not being in the running for sixth man would be a disappointment, just as long as he produces positive, a net positive. But it'd be disappointing if he didn't win, because we all predicted that and want him to win. But I don't think it would be like a. Are you trying to say it would be a bust season if he didn't at least is in the conversation? Because if that's what you're trying to say, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go that far.
Let's see, points per game. I want to see his points per game. So his first year he averaged 11, 11, 14. He's now averaging 1 point more than he did last year.
Okay,
which is a step in the right direction. I don't know. He seems very quiet to me. It could just be me. I could be a hater. I don't know. The production just seems very, I guess, inconsistent. There's a lot of games he goes quiet. You know what I mean? So I don't know. He's on my radar, not like crazy, but I don't know. I want something else from him. I don't know if it's like an assist, maybe his playmaking. because he's averaging 2 assists per game. You know.
So you want more assists from him? Okay.
I need something a little bit, just a little bit more.
How many assists you want from him off the bench? 4?
Like almost 4, like 3.6, like touching 4.
I'll take 3 from him quickly because he's not a pass first point guard. So 3 off the bench would be acceptable for me because that means if he starts, he's gonna average 5 or 6. So I would take 3 off the bench from quickly.
I don't know. There's something about him. I don't know. I could just be bugging. I could be tweaking. Is it just me or let me know? Let me know down in the comments. But okay, but to wrap this show up, RJ had recently came out with a statement about 2 days ago. I believe it was after the Bucks game, I think. And the Boston game. It was after the Boston game. And pretty much he was asked, how do you feel about the team? Do you think you're moving in the right direction? And of course, RJ isn't blind or deaf. He has social media. He sees the trade rumors. He sees Knicks fans panicking about, where we stand as a team. Basically, he was saying, first, basically, he was making a joke. He was like, first, we're not good enough. Then we're not good enough to make it. Then we're not good enough to make it to the finals. So basically, he's saying the narrative keeps changing. And he quoted it off saying, we do very well for ourselves. And like I said in the video on Instagram, which you should go check out, I practically said I agree with him on that part. I agree that they are doing very well for themselves. But the irony is the underlining thing in that statement is saying, yeah, we're holding out with what we have. Kind of stating we need more. He's saying like, yeah, we're doing well for ourselves, which I respect and I understand because we've come from the Fizdale era, which was horrible. So right now, like I said, I think the Knicks are a little bit above average. Now, I don't think they're average, and I'm going to explain. I say a little bit above average because they're able to beat the teams that they're supposed to consistently, which is something we had a problem with 2-3 years ago. We weren't winning the games we were supposed to win consistently. So that's good. Now, where the little bit above average comes from is the fact that we're able to steal games. We're able to steal some games. So like we could like the Mavericks. For some reason we have their number. We may be able to steal that game. Or like the Celtics, or like the Bucks, we may able to steal a game from them. That's the little bit above average. I do believe that the Knicks have players on their roster that can jump to that A+ mark. I mentioned Jalen Brunson, Randall. I don't think Randall could be that guy, but anything's possible with these guys. So Jalen Brunson, Randall, RJ, and I even said quickly. But I also said like, with the team they have now, can they make an ECF final or finals run? I said no, because right now they are currently struggling. Because RJ is basically saying like everyone's counting us out every time we do bad, and now I respect that. I get it. But right now, the Knicks are currently 0 for 8 against teams over 500. So that's telling me you can't beat good teams with the roster you have. I get the frustration, but bro, the results are in the pudding, bro. You're 0 for 8 against teams over 500. You're not getting the results that you're portraying. You know what I mean? So I get his frustration, and I do get the fact I do agree with him to a certain extent that they have gotten better. And I do agree that the players that I just listed can blow up and be better. And I even want to throw Grimes in there because, off the bench, this may be his spot. So he may be able to produce more for us off that bench. I even went so far as to say the Knicks don't even need an A+ player per se. We just need, like how we agreed, I think it was like last episode, that we need a solid 3 or a wing just to come in and produce offensively, a little bit more than, Dante. I get it, Dante does more than, points, but at the end of the day, I would much rather probably get somebody that could average 12 points and 3 assists or 5 rebounds. That would be a crazy starter. So, we don't necessarily need to trade the farm for a superstar. But at the end of the day, if we stay the same, naturally, we're going to have to talk. We're going to have to start talking about outsourcing for something. If this homegrown team doesn't move past the second round or gets bounced first round and can't, seem to get a grasp on the playoffs, it's only natural to start talking. I'm not saying to pull triggers, but, I get RJ's frustration. you gotta show us results. Agreed?
Oh yeah, I can't be mad at what he said. You know, we are doing well for ourselves considering where we are. But as far as what you said about us beating the top teams, yeah, so far we 0-8. There's no denying that. That's the facts. That's we got to work on. You know, it's still a long season, so I'm not gonna totally give up on that. You know, because who knows? We could win the next 8. You know what I mean? And then be 8-8. So, but then again, us being the Knicks, then we'll start losing to the teams we supposed to be.
Yeah, listen, this team. The reason why I like this team is because it's full of potential. The sky's the limit for these guys. It's now up to these guys to break the ceiling. You know what I mean? So, you know, and it's exciting to see where they can go. You know, will I be hurt and sad if we don't make it with this team? Of course. But you know, that's the nature of the game. You know, you gotta lose pieces to gain pieces sometimes. I'm not saying we should, you know, trade anybody now because I feel like, you know, they got a homegrown chemistry going on. But dude, 0 for 8 against teams over 500. You know, I'm gonna keep a stat sheet on that about, you know, I get it. You know, it's good for beating teams that we're supposed to beat, but you know, playoffs. Only the best. So you're gonna play the best. You gotta beat the best. So, you know, I'm gonna keep an eye on that. You know, if they're able to turn that around, then, you know, it's lit. But if they don't, that's the area we gotta look at. It's just the nature of things. You just gotta look at it.
Random question, but they said Siakam a free agent this year. Would you sign Siakam?
No. He wants the bag.
I would. If he plays the wing, I'd sign him.
He wants the bag. I think they dropped Van Fleet just to give Siakam the bag. Because they basically got rid of Van Fleet for nothing. Because remember, they signed him, they extended him, and got rid of him. Like, so I think they're saving up for him. Because at the end of the day, that's the Raptors franchise right there, Siakam. They got nobody.
It's gonna be Scotty Barnes in a few years.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
in a year or two, it's gonna be Scotty Barnes. At least that's what it's looking like.
It'll be.
So Siakam might actually walk.
He might. But I don't know. He's a power forward though, right? Or he's a small forward.
He's a power forward, but I think he can play the wing. I think he can guard wings.
We'll see.
Just a thought, bro.
Yeah, it's
I wouldn't mind that.
But it also depends what he wants. You know, I'm sure. You know, because the Knicks have been balling on a budget lately, so.
Yeah, they might not throw the bag out there like that.
Yeah. So, you know, whoever's bag worthy, you know, I've actually someone brought to my attention today, the Knicks have like 11 plus draft picks. You know, like what are the Knicks waiting for? And I just told them they're simply for the right moment. You know, we're not in a position to rush anything. You know, the Knicks aren't in a win now stage. We're just getting there. Like
who knows? We might even use one of these draft picks and actually, you know, draft someone.
Exactly. So, you know, it's as of right now, it's we're playing the long game, and just the long game is exactly how it says. It's the long game. So far, we're 3 going on to 4 years, so that's not very long. You know, you got to be patient, New York, and you know. Honestly, the progress is there, bro. Look at from Fizz. Knicks Anonymous will continue to use the Fizdale error because we refuse to let you forget where we came from. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the Knicks fans are entitled for whatever reason. We have nothing to be entitled about. We haven't won a championship since the 70s. Last time we made the playoffs before the last 2 years was 2012. I was in high school. I was in middle school. Like, so, you know, listen, enjoy the team we have now. They're an exciting young team. We got a lot of good players. And we'll just see where it goes. You know what I mean? We're in no position to really force anything. Because if we force something, then we really goofed up. Because if we force something, now the win now scenario will be forced upon us.
And then y'all really gonna be mad.
Yeah, you're not gonna want that. Trust me. So, that being said, we're gonna wrap out today's episode. Shout out to everybody that joined us today. This was a very productive episode, I shall say. spitting bars. Follow us on all social medias down in the description. Like I said, highly recommend Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube. Stevie, any last words?
You know, I usually do have last words, but this week, no.
That's it, man. It's good. Usually it's positive. Usually when Stevie doesn't have any last words, it's good. So we'll keep it positive. Shout out to Nick's Anonymous family as always. Love you guys. Peace.
Peace.